Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're looking at some more AtGames systems. We're going to look at the Blast consoles, but not these. These are the older models that came out in, I think, Christmas of 2018. Just last year in November 2019, AtGames released a few more of these Blast consoles. So we are going to get to these, just not in this video. The two new ones we have are the Adventure Flashback and the Star Flashback. Based on the games included in these two systems, it looks like AtGames got the license from Disney to include some of their games on their systems. Today we're going to focus on the Adventure Flashback. I think a lot of people dismiss these systems because AtGames had kind of a rocky past with them, but you know me, I like to give these systems a fair shot and give it an unbiased review. The Adventure Flashback runs about $30. I've seen people get these for about $15. It includes 10 games, which means that we can cover every game on the system. Let's start off by taking a look at what's inside the box. Since I've played these before, I'm not going to do like an official unboxing because I know there's not a lot that comes with these. And if I had to guess, that's to keep the price as low as they have. One thing I will say about the box itself though is that I like that it's in a landscape formation on one side and then portrait on the other. When compared to the older Blast system boxes, it's about 60% smaller. In the box we have the instructions. The instructions go over the different functions of the controller, how to insert the batteries, how to pair a second controller, things like that. You also get these stickers. I thought it was just for decoration, but apparently you're supposed to stick them on the controller so you know which controller belongs to which Blast console. You have your 2.4 GHz wireless controller, and this is molded in the fashion of a 6-button Genesis controller. The controllers take two AAA batteries. They have an on and off switch at the top, and along with the 6 action buttons in the D-pad, they have a start, menu, and rewind button on the front. You have the blue LED indicator on top of the action buttons to let you know when the controller is turned on. A USB to micro USB power cord for the dongle, and the actual Blast system itself. And this is all it is. No console, nothing like that. It plugs directly into your TV. Kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting anything like this, and I never looked at these in the store or anything, so when I opened it up and I was like, oh, that's all it is? It's interesting. Kind of reminds me of my Roku stick. You just pop off the cover and here's your HDMI output. On the back of the dongle you have the AtGames logo, and as you can see the Adventure Blast is a nice lime green color. Each system comes with its own color so it can be differentiated between the other ones. Just a reminder that AtGames is having National Owners Day on February 14th. They're celebrating the current owners and any future owners of their Legends Ultimate Arcade cabinet. They're doing giveaways, they're giving out like third-party stuff, and they have a couple of secret announcements to make. I'll have their social media listed in my description for you to follow so you can keep track of all that fun stuff. Let's plug this in, take a look at the menu and the games. Here is the Adventure Flashback main menu. We have the games listed here. Every time you move a game, the box art over on the left changes. So we have Aladdin, The Lion King, Burnin' Rubber, Burger Time, Donald and Maui Mallard, The Jungle Book, Lock and Chase, Maniac Mansion, Fix-It Felix Jr., and Tetris. You can see Aladdin and The Lion King are the two featured games on here. You also notice that there's no menu music. Hitting the menu button on the controller takes you to the About screen. It talks about the multiplayer and game instructions, and some QR codes you can scan to register your system. Since there's no settings or other options available, let's take a look at these games. Here we have Burger Time. It appears to be the Atari 2600 version. So for some reason, my capture card doesn't want to capture the audio for the Atari games on the Flashback systems. It was doing this on the Atari Flashback as well, but I can guarantee you these games sound the way they're supposed to on a regular TV. So if you're not interested in recording the gameplay, then you're fine. We're going to try out the rewind function real quick. I'm just going to go over here to this catch up. Oh, nope, we got hit by the mustard instead. So we're going to hold down the rewind button on the controller, and it seems you can rewind a good deal on here. You can just keep going. Hitting the menu button in here gives us an option to save, load, or quit. It appears that each game has one save state. Next up we have Burnin' Rubber, and something I noticed with this one in Burger Time is that you didn't have to hit start or anything for the game to start. It just starts automatically. This is a pretty neat driving game. I like the effect that when you jump, the car grows and it gets closer to the screen. Here's Lock and Chase, a Pac-Man style game. To be honest, I'm not sure what's going on with this game, what it's about or anything like that. I didn't play it very much as a kid. I think you're a robber, or you're a cop and you're going after the robbers and you're collecting all this stuff in the meantime. Not really sure. And I don't know what happened there. Or there. I think I'm the robber and I'm stealing a bunch of things. I think that does it for the Atari game, so let's take a look at Tetris next. Not sure what version of Tetris we have here. It looks like it might be the NES or Famicom version. I played the NES version before and I don't really remember this. but it sounds good and the controller works perfect with it. Kind of interesting to see a puzzle game on the Adventure Flashback though. Don't really know where it fits in with the theme, but again it diversifies the games that you have on here, gives you a little something for everybody. Let's give Fix-It Felix Jr. a try. If I remember correctly, this was on the Genesis. It sounds really good, the graphics look really nice. I don't think I've ever played this, so it looks like I can jump. Can I fix? Oh, there we go. I fixed the window. Oh, the bricks. I think these guys have bigger problems than just me fixing their windows. I think a giant ogre breaking the entire building is a little bit more important than me repairing windows here. I'm going crazy. He's going crazy. The whole game is going crazy. But we repaired all the windows, so that's what's important. No, I just fixed everything. Here's Maniac Mansion. Of all the games on the system, this one I think is the most interesting to me. This is a really fun game. I played it a long time ago, both on my computer and the NES. So I'm going to say this is the NES version. This is the NES version. There we go. A note did pop up when I first started the game to not use the in-game save function, to use the save state function. So make sure if you're playing this game to hit the menu to save your game. I should replay this game. It's been a really long time. I know we're going to save somebody in the mansion, but I don't know who any of these people are or anything about them. Somebody said something about a band. Alright, so we have some interesting controls here. I can move the cursor with the D-pad. The B button is like the select option, I think. But the X button cycles through, I guess, a few options, probably the most used options. I don't remember that on the original, but okay. Now let's see here. This is actually a really fun puzzle game. Let's see if we can get the doormat. We can, and what's behind the doormat? But we have a key. Use the key in the front door, and we're good to go. See, I just solved the first puzzle for you guys. The game is running really well, and I like that the X button cycles through those options. I really don't remember that. I don't remember that either, but okay. Oh, hello. Oh. Well, that was quick. We're in the dungeon. Time to move on. Okay, we have the Jungle Book here. I've never actually played this game, never had any interest in it. I believe this is the Genesis version of the game. So already off to a great start. We can throw bananas. There's a warthog. Don't need to deal with him. Collecting some fruit. Got Bare Necessities playing in the background. Oh, this monkey's... Still, oh, he's still going. Okay, we don't need any of that. Can I... There we go. Disney games always had pretty good animation, and it goes for this one as well. I mean, look how he swings on the vine. That looks really nice. But the buttons are very responsive. The D-pad is responsive. I don't feel any lag. I can't really tell if there's audio lag or not. I'm always a bad judge on that. I don't feel like I'm getting screwed by the controller. Alright, here we have Donald Duck and Maui Mallard, another one I have never played before. Giving Donald a gun is probably not a good idea. Is that supposed to be a mirror? That looks a little funny there. Gonna grab a mojito and then continue on this elevator. More mojitos! Game sounds good to me, but again, I've never played this game before. So I don't know how accurate it's supposed to sound.
It starts.
That sounded really good. Here's The Lion King. Here's finally a game that is featured on here that I've played before. I do remember, yeah, you can kind of growl at the smaller enemies when you're little Simba. Don't step on the porcupines, that's not good. This is a very difficult game if you've never played it before. But it looks really nice, and again, just like the other Disney games, the animation is solid. Once again, this is the Genesis version. And the last game on the system, we have Aladdin. I played this game before, but it was the Super Nintendo version, not this one. People say this is the better version because Aladdin gets a sword. I'm so used to jumping on the enemies in a Super Nintendo version that I can't do it here, and I am messing myself up. My final thoughts on the Adventure Flashback Blast. It's not bad. I don't think it competes with like the mini systems or even the Atari or Genesis Flashback. But again, I don't think it was meant to. This is supposed to be a budget item. I don't even think it's made for the hardcore collectors like myself and a lot of the viewers. To be honest, I think it's more for the younger crowd. And that's all there really is to it. I think these get a lot more flack than they deserve. They're not the worst things in the world that people make them out to be. Some of the game choices are kind of questionable, but when you look at the overall package, you get 10 pretty good games. Especially if you're a fan of the Disney games, this is the one that you want to get. And they play perfectly fine. The controller is very responsive. The buttons are nice and stiff so you can feel each button press. In my opinion, this is recommended more for kids. And I think this would be a good kids gift. The price isn't too bad. $30 I think is a little bit high for what you get. I'd say the $15, $20 range is really good, but it's hard not to compare it to other things that are out there like the other flashback systems or the mini systems. But again, budget item. Not going to say cheap because I don't think it's a cheap item. It is a budget item. Not meant for the hardcore, but maybe the hardcore's kids. I was playing some Atari games from the other Blast systems with my 8-year-old and she was having a great time. We were having fun saving Mary and shooting people out of cannons. So all in all, not a bad system, not for everybody. Price can be a little high if you find it for $30, but if you find it cheaper than that, then pick it up. And that's all I have for you guys. Have you gotten one of these before? What do you think about it? Do you think there should be more features? Do you think the price is too high? Do you think it's priced adequately? Are you going to run out and buy the other ones? Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. And that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to look below for all the social media for AtGames for National Owners Day. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is the part of the video where I thank those users who support the channel through YouTube memberships and Patreon. Eric Cologne, Jordy Alex, Mike Muniz, Sam Torres, Dor, Yaroslav Orudzov, Den Cardoso, Andre G, Randy Day, Travis Morton, Rick67, and Batman.